and some gameplay. If you want to go and check that out, go to Fedora Revive Entertainment. Also, you also knows him as the other guy I was playing on Killing Floor 2. We may get a couple of games in. Let's see what we get. As usual,
And just forward note, guys, it's Mickey Kempson, and Ben, I'm not detecting your stream.
Right, what I will be doing is I will explain the reason why I take the cards for what I'm picking. So let's open it up and see what we get.
It's on his Facebook, yeah. Right. I'm just finding you on your Facebook now, Ben.
That is fine, Mickey. Right, so as you can see, I have all commons. Okay, no animated, so that's not too bad. Moving on. Right, out of these three, I will go with the Elven Mercenary, because that is one decent card that I definitely wanted. Alright, let's open up another keg. Come on, shoot, don't let me down. So again, all commons. Ah, nice. We have a premium ballista card. Basically, premium cards are animated. Every single card in the game has a premium card, and you can only run 3 of each card. So, my rare. Oh, very nice. Now I could either go with Peterson, Dark Bordeaux, or I can go with Trollololololololol. Since I own these two, I'm going to go with Trollolol.
No, if you... Oh no, you got the first one. Yeah, that's the only one you have 0 of, so that's the best one to go for.
In theory, that would be correct, Mickey. But as you can see, I have a rare. Sometimes it's best to get duplicates of other cards, because with the upcoming changes, remember guys, hold on to that scrap. And hold on to your cards, scrap cards, because you will get better value for them. And I get another Dwarven Guard, that's absolutely fine. And again, looking at my cards, all of them are fairly decent. I'm going to go with the Ancient Foglet. Just means that if I get any more Ancient Foglets, I get scrap.
Honestly, get Epidemic up to 3. Oh, I would have went for the Epidemic. Epidemic's better. I mean, Ancient Foglet works really well off of the Neckers, to be honest.
Exactly.
The Epidemic at 3 is absolutely lethal, Ben. It's literally a game winner.
Fair enough, I will keep that in mind. Right, speaking of which, let's see, we have Ice Giant, we have Siege, and we have Venian Vanguard. Now, I have 3 support Siege, so I will go with the Vanguard, just to increase the numbers.
Agreed there. The Vanguard's actually a very nice card if you ever want to go for a nice little ambushy decky. I'm not looking deck anyway.
3 packs, all lovely monster cards. Some Foglets. We have an Arachas. We have a Crot. And we have a Radiant Knight Elite. Or Elect. This guy is really good. You'll get at least, I think, 2 or 3 of this guy in the starter deck. It's definitely worth playing.
Dependent on the deck you play.
I know what I'm taking. As Mickey can probably see, I'm shaking it.
Right there. I'm like 10 seconds behind here, so. Epidemic in the mid, yeah.
But not only that, it's a premium.
Sorry, second.
Alright, 2 kegs left to open. Let's see if we can't get ourselves a legendary.
That's a lot of good titles, honey.
So we have commons. No animateds, but that's fine. It's all good fodder. And now I am spoilt for choice. I could either go with Scythen Valley, a universal card. Deploy, weaken a unit by 3, or destroy an ambush unit. I could get one that Mickey loves, Fake Siri.
Siri. She's amazing. She's literally one of the games.
I can go with the Manticore, who is actually getting a buff if I remember rightly.
He is, he's going up to 10 I believe.
Yep, so even though I really do like Siri, good sir, come to me.
Ben loves his monsters, guys.
Right, last keg, let's see what we get. Oh, I got a rare one, okay. Oh, another long ship, that makes 2 now. A rare card. Oh, very nice. Another premium card. That is really good. And oh my god,
Premium, that's right.
I cannot believe this. I got another epic card. Now I can either go with
Wow, that's a good one.
Treason, play the bottom card of your opponent's deck, which is really good, or I can go with Manticore Venom, deal 5 damage to 4 adjacent units.
Honestly, I would go with the Treason.
Treason is a good card. It's also quite expensive to get at the moment, so I'll get that. The reason I'm not going for Morgvag, not only because I already own one. Morgvag, you really want to get your hands on. He plays so well with Skelliger. Play the first hero you get, because he allows to get. It allows you to get the strongest unit in your deck to the field, and then boosts it by 3, weakens it by 1. This means that Morgvag, when he comes out to the field, he is a strength 11. He then gets weakened by 1, so he's strength 10. But when he's sent to the graveyard, he resurrects at strength 8. It does say weaken it by 3, but remember, originally he was a strength 11 to begin with, because of the card effect. So if you ever see this guy, snatch him up.
I did. I'll tell you what, I didn't regret him. I play him with the Skelliger discard, and I literally just use my hero to send him straight out of deck, bring him out turn 1, and take the win there.
And there we go. Literally, I have opened them all up. It's really handy. Now, like I said before, and Mickey said in his stream, save your scrap cards. I shall show you what I mean. Once you get to rank 3, or level 3, sorry, you will learn to mill cards. Now, right now, I could mill 44 cards and only gain 230. But when they actually go and update this game, for the next 5 days onwards, you will get equal to the crafting cost of the card. So, for example, if I quickly highlight something I've got multiple of, like right away, First Light. Now, normally it costs me 30 to craft it. It'd only give me
after this
5.
update, when you go to mill it, you'll get the 30 rather than a 5. I can't help but feel, Ben, that the reason they're doing this is so all the people that are basically behind, or the people that have put money into the game and they're still behind, will then actually have a chance to bypass the RNG and pick up the cards that they feel they really want, which I think is really amazing of them.
It is really
it's
good.
It's going to give everyone a very even playing field, and don't forget, guys, Ragnarok is getting nerfed. So put a smile on your face.
And for those who don't know what Ragnarok is, I shall just quickly run down here for you. I've gone right past it. Here we go. Ragnarok. Apply Ragnarok on all rows of your opponent's side of the field. At the start of the turn, damage the highest unit by 3. That's every row. That is getting nerfed down to damage every row by 2. And that's not the only card that's getting nerfed. Its best friend, Drought, which is the lowest unit by 3, is going to get nerfed to damage by 2 instead as well.
It may not seem like a lot, guys, but literally people are playing these at the end of a round or the end of the game, and people are losing in excess of 60 points sometimes just for that one card in their hand. I mean, those cards are both absolutely epic in the Swallowtail weather decks, but that's why they're getting nerfed, to bring an even play to the field.
Exactly. Scrap cards. You may think, oh, I can always do this, that, the other, but at the end of the day, there's no guarantee you're going to get these cards back unless you open up or buy kegs. At the moment, I got shed loads I can get rid of. If I really wanted to, I could say with Northern Realms, I don't really play them that much. I could get rid of a few cards when the whole setup comes. For example, I've never played Azuray's Adapt. Play a random bronze weather from your deck. Don't get me wrong, the effect is really good, but again, I look at that, it's an 80 cost craft. That'd be an 80 scrap in my bank account.
But as you found out before, Ben, when you scrapped cards, you wanted them back, guys. So make sure you only scrap what you have excess of, because there's going to be one day when that card is good and you're going to want it.
Yes.
So think about what you scrap.
But I've learnt from my mistake, young master, on the sheer fact that I realise that a gold card, a basic cost, which I will need if I can find him, there he is, it will cost me 800 scrap. Now, I could technically buy that right now if I wanted to, but I'm going to hold off for a bit because I need 2 gold cards. The card in question I got rid of by mistake, and you get this for free, is Royal Decree. Play a gold card from your deck and shuffle others back. So that allows you to get any gold card from your deck onto the field.
And one other note about the update, guys, you will no longer be dragging heroes out of your kegs.
Good point, Mickey, good point. That is one thing that you'll definitely be happy with, especially since they're also up in the challenge mode on 2 of the actual bosses.
I'm so glad I got them done, because Dagon was a bitch, by the way, Ben.
Exactly,
It's
I
now
know
an
what you
18
mean.
plus.
Basically, as far as I can remember, the Dagon's cult is being made even harder, and I think it was either the double agents of Nilfgaard or it was the shield wall of Scoia'tael that's getting upgraded as well.
No, it's the shield wall of Scoia'tael that's getting an upgrade, because it had the same problem as Dagon. You could literally build a deck in such a way that, because they would play the same cards every round. So round 1 they play the same, round 2 they play the same, round 3 they play the same. So you could literally build a deck in order to counteract each round and take the lead. That's what I done with Dagon, and that's the only reason I beat it.
Yes, and with
Dagon Commandos are awesome.
They are at the moment. Very soon, from right, they're getting a nerf as well.
Yeah, but I used the scout to beat the Dagon, so just cleared out all of his weather. It was fun.
That's true. That's how I had to do to beat him. But Dagon...
I know, I told you how.
Dagon is a very nasty weather deck builder. Let's just quickly bring up my weather deck. I have played about 15 games so far, and I have won nearly 11 games in total. So basically I start off with my 3 foglets, as Mickey will say. They're definitely worth using. Next up,
and if you're playing Froglet in a consume deck, don't forget to play your Neckers, guys, because those things are brutal, and their death wish is summon another one. So if your opponent tries to get rid of your 8-point Necker, you're going to have another one, and then another one, and then another one.
Exactly.
And your opponent will swear at you and probably rage quit.
Alright, next up I have 3 copies of Celerio Harpy, and these cards are absolutely brilliant. Whenever you summon it, it plays 2 Harpy eggs onto the field. Once the Harpy eggs are destroyed or consumed, or at the end of the round, when they hit the graveyard, they have their Death Wish activate. Spawn a Harpy, which is basically a 3-cost monster. It's really cool. Next up, I run 3 copies.
But when the eggs are digested, whatever digests them gets 5 points rather than 1, and what I do against these eggs, I try to take them out of the game as early as possible. Same as the elementals, so I don't have to see them on the next round, guys. There's multiple ways of dealing with them. Well, personally, I don't like to see my opponent with 6 points starting the next game, because you're automatically on, if you're lucky, -1, -2 cards upon dealing with that. So take that into account when you see Selenial Harpy eggs. Either weather them or kill them, do whatever you can just to make sure. If it's round 1, it's fine if you fall a little bit behind, it's fine if you overplay, but with a Monster Swarm deck, make sure they don't take anything into Game 2 or anything into Game 3, because it will hurt you a lot.
Touche. Alright, next up, we have 3 copies of the Wild Hunt Hound. Now this guy is brutal. Basically, when he's played, he gets Biting Frost on the field. So if you've got a Biting Frost in your graveyard, or sorry, in your deck, it brings it straight out and you can use it. Next up,
and just remember, guys, if you play that with what's it called?
1 second.
Mirth?
With Eldrin.
If you want to highlight it quick.
Yep.
Yeah, if you play that with Eldrin, it doubles the frost damage. It isn't only on your opponent's side of the field.
No, I thought you meant Eldrin the hero.
No.
Yeah, you're right. It's Mithril. Mithril. Deals...
The Mithril will deal extra damage from the Biting Frost on both player side of the field, not just your opponent. So be aware of that, guys. So play smart.
Alright. Next up, we have 2 Ancient Foglets. These guys I've only just recently stuck in with this deck. The idea is he feeds off the fog on the field. You literally have 1 fog on your opponent's side, you play this guy. Every turn he gets stronger. Just be aware that at the moment they're looking at a nerf. Well, I wouldn't say a nerf. They're looking at Ancient Foglets. I know with the Foglets they're going to do it so if fog is remaining on anywhere on the field, they will remain. Ancient Foglets, I don't know if they're going to get the same effect with their ability, if it's on theirs or yours. So we'll wait and see. Next up, I've recently had these in. They're Drowners. Basically, they can move any unit on either side of the field to the actual row that he is on. So let's say your opponent has a weather card doing a lot of damage to your biggest character. You can play Drowner to move your own character out of harm's way, or you can move one of your opponent's cards into harm's way. One card I've added in for it has come in handy. It's my prize-winning piece of bovine. This bad boy,
McDonald's.
This bad boy summons in a Charot when he is injured. And also he summons a Charot when he dies. So if he only gets hit by 1 point, he will summon an ally. If he dies, he summons 1 ally. So if you kill him outright...
And then what makes getting your 6-point short onto the field, although it's not in your deck, even better is, if you are losing, he will gain an extra 3 points, guys, making him a 9-point short if you are losing when he is played after the calculation. So take that into account. It's absolutely amazing. He works the same way as Geralt. It's worth playing if you have it in certain situations.
Alright, moving on. This guy is Nithril. He is a card that you get right at the beginning of the game. He is brilliant with Biting Frost. He increases it to 2 points of damage, but like Mickey said, that works on both sides of the field at the moment. Come patch, it will be reworded that it does 2 points of damage to your opponent's side of the field only. So you'll have less to fear of this bad boy.
But just remember, guys, he's a silver, so you can only play 1 of him. So when you play him, keep him alive, and if you use, I think it's called Invigorate, it will give him resilience. So you can take that lovely card into the next game and restart frosting everything the hell up.
Alright, moving on to the golds. Now, this one I pulled. Mickey said it was worthwhile, and I'll agree, it has won me quite a few games. It is Yennefer the Conjurer. Start the turn, damage the highest enemy or enemies by 1. So if you have somebody who's a 4 and 2 characters at 3, the first turn it takes out the 4 down to 3. The next turn, those 3s are all going to get hit. So basically...
But what...
Yep, you were going to say, Mickey?
What I would suggest with this card, if you get it game 1, don't hold it. If you get round 1, don't hold it, just drop it straight onto the field. Same as well as a mirror. As I say on all my streams, whenever I see it, you drop that card, you will either win or your opponent will scoop so fast you go straight into the next round. It's absolutely amazing. One of the best gold cards in my opinion. But
Okay.
don't forget, guys, the best gold card at the moment is Siri. So take that into account. So if you get one, unlike me, play it. I mean, the real Siri, not the fake Siri. Okay.
Alright, next up we have Trish Merigold, another card that you get in the starter set, and this card played in top tier games as well, so it's definitely worth getting. At least if you can get an animated version, it'll be even better, but
Hello, honey.
this one will do just well. Deal damage to your opponent, or deal damage to a unit by 5. Oh,
Hello.
hello. It sounds like Logan's awake.
Right, so with that, Ben, I'm going to leave your stream now.
That is cool,
So
mate. I will just quickly
that's cool.
finish this
So
up.
don't forget, guys, don't forget to subscribe to me if you get the chance. That is Mickey Kempson, 2 words, up on YouTube. Have a good day, and see you later, Ben. Good luck with the rest of your game.
Take
Ta-ta.
care, guys. Have a good day. Right. And now with Mickey gone, I shall quickly run through the rest of this deck, and then I'll be ending the stream. Next up, I run Imolith. He basically is an 8 strength character card. If you have a Biting Frost on the field, he will do 8 damage instead of the normal 4, which is really good. Next up, we have Garland. Again, card you get right at the beginning. You get this guy at the beginning of the game, and you start a deck. You get this one at your starter deck as well. Really strong. Deployed, Brave. Brave means if you're actually losing the fight, when you play this guy, he then strengthens himself by 3. We have my Spiders, Arachius. Deploy all copies of this unit, and that comes from your deck. So the idea is you want 1 in hand and the other 2 in your deck. If you draw with 2 or 3 of these in hand, get rid of 2 of them ASAP. Same as the Foglets, you don't want them in your hand. When you play Fog, you want them in your deck. That way they can be summoned, or your graveyard. Next up, the special cards. Now, I'll do this very quickly. We have 3 copies of Biting Frost. This basically allows me to do 1 point of damage to each unit on the row. Really handy card, really strong, it's always worth using. Next up, I have 3 Impenetrable Fogs. This is mainly for my Foglets and my Ancient Foglet. Foglets get summoned onto the field from either my deck or my graveyard, giving me 6 points to play. Or, if it's an Ancient Foglet, it gives him 1+ strength every turn. Next up, this card is amazing. Skellige's Storm. This card basically allows you to do 3, 2, 1 from left to right, or is it right to left? I think it's left to right. No, it's right to left. Sorry, my bad. The only counter to this, if someone puts a gold card on the far right hand side, that gold card takes the 3 points of damage instead of it moving along, because it's at the end of the row. So that's the counter to this card, but it's still a really good card. Next up, Scorch. Now this card is good and it's bad. It's amazing when your opponent's winning, but if your opponent has got you in a deadlock, you can destroy your own cards. So be aware, this thing is a double-edged sword. It will knock you out as much as it will knock out your opponent. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my Dark Tide deck, and this all runs with my hero, Dagon. Basically, when you play him, it allows you to summon a Biting Frost, Impenetrable Fog, or Torrential Rain. Basically, it allows you to play weather onto the field. So that is always a good thing, especially when you're playing against a deck which is quite swarmy, like a monster deck, or a deck, for example, like my Backstabbers. You get a lot of people onto the field, and then you got a lot of people that specialise in powering each other up. So basically, yeah, this deck is really good. Once you get Dagon after the challenge, definitely give it a try. It's going to take a little hit come patch because of the effects with weather cards, but it's still worth it. It's still a good deck to play. It's definitely worth looking into. Right, I'm going to end it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. This is Neo Bahamut 101 signing off.